Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and on today's Pedal to the Metal, we're going to be looking at something from the classic series by Biyang Guitar Effects. This is the DS12. It's called the DS12 because, well, it's a decent size, because the pedal is just called Distortion. So here it is, the Distortion pedal. There's a few different options on here. I've never heard of this brand before. So we have the volume, pretty standard. We have a filter, have no idea. And we have a distortion knob, which is normally rare because they normally call it gain. So this one is actually distortion. Might be different to gain, I don't know, we'll find out. But it has three different type of distortions here with the switch. A normal, a bright, and a warm. We're going to test that out to see the difference between them all and see what this filter thing is. It's very well built and put together. I'm a big fan of the decent sized knobs as well, which is nice because a lot of pedals are getting smaller and it's can get a little bit fiddly, where these ones have got the more classic style dialing knobs, which is refreshing, for lack of a better term. So, it's red, it's big, it's well built. So if it was a car, it would go fast, but let's see as a guitar pedal, how does it actually sound and how's it go? Like all my Pedal to the Metal videos, I'll put a camera to this and we'll all dial in a tone together. Come up with a nice sound, best of what we can, and hopefully we won't need to add anything else to it. Hopefully this is good enough to hold up on its own. I'll write a quick little jingle, double up on the guitars, add some bass and drums, and then we'll see how it sounds like in a band mix and how it holds up. So this is going to be exciting. So the distortion pedal, or what was it, DS12, because distortion pedal is a bit hard to differentiate between other ones. So the DS12, the pedal. Let's check it out. Now we have everything set up. I've got the little camera there set on the distortion pedal. And like all my Pedal to the Metal videos, this is what it sounds like clean. It's clean. But that's not why you watch these videos, you watch it for the distortion, which is my favourite part. So, there's so much going on here. Where to start? Let's start by turning the distortion. About to sneeze. No, I'm not. Okay. Distortion down. Let's turn the filter all the way down, because we don't know what that is. Start off with just the volume at 12 o'clock, so that's going straight up. Turn it on. Red light is on. Let's see what sound we get. Nothing. Okay. No filter doesn't make a difference. Oh. So we need to really crank that volume then. So, that's okay, that's okay. Where do I start? Let's try the filter. Let's see what's going on with the filter. I just dropped the camera. I'll see you on the other side when I fix this up. Apologies for that, I just knocked over the camera. Back to fiddling with the pedal and not knocking over the camera. Let's add some distortion. Let's see what this is like. So it sounded a little bit crackly at the moment. So I don't know what that filter is, but I know the effect it's having. Definitely crackles the sound too much when the filter is pushed. So let's leave it down for now. But let's add some more distortion and just see how it feels. Crank it. Remember the book's Find Wally, or Where's Wally, or Where's Waldo? It's kind of like this with the notes. What notes am I playing? It wouldn't matter. So having the distortion up full makes it way too muffled. Yeah, you can definitely hear the clarity just jump out as soon as we dialed back on that distortion. Paired 2. What's it like if you have the distortion up and the filter all the way up? I just ran down a scale where I was expecting to have my 7-string. I ran out of strings. I was like, hang on a moment. All right, so that doesn't sound good. So we're not doing this pedal series to see what sounds bad. We're looking for the best of what we can get out of it. So let's put it back to its strength. Let's try the button. So at the moment it's on normal. Let's see what warm sounds like. Yeah, interesting. Definitely notice a difference in it. Let's try the bright. Definitely adds a boost because I just realised I'm peaking a lot there. I think I like it best on bright. It sounds not too bad. Yeah, you definitely get more clarity out of having the filter all the way down. Now I've got it on the bright mode. Let's muck around with the distortion knob a little bit and see if that makes a difference. The answer is yes, it makes a difference. The question now is it better? The answer is no, it is not better. That's just... just all muffled. Not too bad. It's interesting. Well, the filter thing, I don't know how to best utilise that. That might be best with something if you had it in a chain. So if there was a pedal or something before it that you could help alter it as well. But with the setup that we have right now, the guitar just going directly in, yeah, we're not really utilising its strengths, I don't reckon. That's why we have it down at its lowest. Yeah, so it's interesting because there's no EQ on there. and I really like my EQ. So yeah, it's not sounding too bad at all considering. A little bit too much bottom end, I think, for my immediate liking, but I'm curious. So I'm going to bring up the EQ. Let's just see. Yeah. So there's a lot of bottom end and not much mids and highs, where I like my guitars to normally be a bit brighter. Because if you shape your guitars with a bit more the mids, as in the middle of the EQ, and the highs, then it doesn't get lost in the bass or a lot of the drum frequencies that happen in there. But that is just like a good theory and a good basis to go off to start with. But the big test is always what it sounds like. I'm just going to get rid of that so it doesn't distract me. What it sounds like in a full band mix, because you can go off the science as a foundation as much as you like, but until you actually put the science to the test and put it in a mix, you don't know. So let's do it. Let's put it to a band mix and see how it sounds with everything in, and see if anything's lost or if something jumps out, or what the results are going to be. So in about 7 seconds, you are going to hear the song that I'm about to just step off the cameras right, put together, and then record. So please enjoy it, and I'll see you and talk to you on the other side. Time for my final thoughts on the DS12, or the distortion pedal. So let's just run through all of it, shall we? So yeah, the volume gives it a bit of a boost because I had to dial it back a little bit because it was peaking while I was doing it. The filter didn't really do much because I think we just weren't adding enough to it for it to be able to utilize its function, for lack of a better term. And the distortion, yeah, it definitely had a lot of distortion in this distortion knob, but that's why we had to dial it back, because when we went further than that, we just lost all the clarity. The three little different, oh hey Piper. The three different switches, the normal, bright and warm, were pretty cool. I didn't mind them. They definitely gave it just a slight different touch to it. And I felt like the bright was the better of all of them, with what I was playing with the Jackson guitar and the tuning. But as you might have noticed, I did 2 versions of the song, because I played through it and I went, you know what, I'm just not feeling it yet. I'm just not feeling it. So I just grabbed my 10-band EQ. And if you can see here, or the picture that I had during the playthrough, where I dropped a bucket load of the bottom end to really try clean it up, and just push a little bit at the mids and the highs there, just a tad, not, actually it's a decent amount, some of the parts there, but yeah, it's actually quite a bit. But I really felt like pushing at that really cleaned it up. Brought a lot more clarity and clearness to the distortion, and I felt like it was a lot sharper as well, because the bottom end was a bit muddy and just making it all sound a little bit muffled. And when I took out the bottom end with this pedal, I felt like it just, yeah, really brought the guitar, oh, how could I describe it? It gave it that real big punch and that really bite. And also, just as an example, with the volume here, because you can use this as a boost. I actually didn't. I took a little bit of volume off from the overall here, just to utilize that EQ part rather than really boosting the signal and giving it up, because I love boosting the signal and I really love pushing it. But that wouldn't really be fair for this pedal if we were overly enhancing it with boosting it as well. So I took a little bit off and tried my best just to use it as a fancy EQ addition, since this pedal didn't have an EQ on it at all, which is my first negative thing towards it, where I don't know why. I don't know, like, it's a big unit, they've got lots of space, lots of, even using the larger size knobs, there's still plenty of space to have EQ in there as well. So yeah, it's a little bit, not really disappointed, I don't think that's the right terminology, but I definitely would have preferred if there was an EQ on here as well to try help shape the tone. But all in all, yeah, it was lots of fun playing through this. And definitely playing through it with the EQ. I much enjoy jamming through it with this and the guitar tones that I got when adding this EQ pedal to it. So what are your thoughts? How'd you feel while I was dialing in the tone just with this? How'd you feel between the three different modes it has, the normal, bright and warm? How'd you feel about when I added it to a song with having doubling up on the guitars and having bass and drums there? And also too, do you think this was worth adding on there or not? Do you think I took too much away of its characteristics and dried it out too much maybe? Or you preferred the bottom end and I just took out the thing that you love most about it? If I did, I'm sorry, because I'm not here to upset you. I'm here just to show you distortion tones. And yeah, let me know what you think about the overall video of how this all played out with this DS12 distortion pedal, because I'm definitely keen to hear your thoughts and feedback about it. I've never used this brand before, Biyang, but yeah, they make decent sized pedals that are very, very, very sturdy and well put together, which is good. So yeah, I might have to look them up to see if they've got any other stuff. Because also, the good thing about this pedal, it's not very expensive. So I can actually afford to grab a couple more if I can find them out there on the magical interwebs, which is good. So in saying that, I'll do my final sign-off, or my usual sign-off, not my final. This is definitely not my final video, but my sign-off, which is whether you're watching this video in the foreground or the background, I definitely appreciate your company. Please subscribe if you haven't, so you can keep up to date on all the other videos I'm doing on different pedals and different gear, dealing with heavy metal and mainly heavy guitar. If you know anyone that you think might be interested in these type of videos, whether they might learn something from it or just enjoy being a part of the conversation, please show them my channel, because that will definitely help this channel grow so I can do a lot more with it. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I'm sure you know the procedure now, to leave any comments below that you'd like to. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So please, until next time, stay safe.